Johnnie, here I want you to join the crusade. I've watched you. You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know, Papa, what you used to fan charcoal.
Right.
You've seen it,
right?
When you fan then the charcoal bright red.
This is a call for accountability.
You fan government's charcoal to it's bright red.
It's a call for accountability.
I enjoy it. This our society,
Right.
and it will take me and you to do it. That's why I always watch Johnnie's Bite.
The general watches Johnnie's Bite
every day.
Thank you very much.
And it's devoid of insults, but straight to the point, factual and fearless.
Charlie, no be joke. The pressure people like Johnnie can give you.
No.
You no get grey hair, you go get grey hair.
I'm innocent.
And that's what I'm saying. That the pressure Johnnie and his people, the pressure they can give you no get grey hair, you go get. So your best bet is not to have hair.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You will anoint my head with oil, my cup will overflow. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Johnnie's Bite. It's Tuesday, the day after the day of love, where the goddess of love, Aphrodite, came down. People chopped love in many different ways. Today is Tuesday. We're back to serious work. And I just like to say that journalism is not a crime, and no amount of intimidation will win any day. We have seen worse in the past in the Inky fraternity. The days of, forgive me if you're having breakfast, shit bombing, the days of incarcerating people, the days of beating people, the days of people getting missing and all of that. We've seen worse. But those were not during democratic dispensations. So it is troubling to find that happening in democratic dispensations. And I am not endorsing wrongdoing. But I'm saying that where there is no, if you like, proper explanation of what is wrong, then there's a problem. Then you can clearly see the ploy and can clearly see what is happening. Because a medical report from the Efia-Kwanta Regional Hospital in the Western region is indicating that the right eardrum of my colleague, journalist and producer of the Omamba Morning Show program on Connect FM 97.1, severely assaulted by police, has been perforated. Nana Jetia was assaulted at a chop bar called God is Love by some men in plainclothes uniforms purported to be police officers. They subjected him to severe beatings. He was handcuffed and he was dumped at the bucket of a pickup, charged at the headquarters of the Western Regional Police Command. He's later granted police inquiry bail. Since then, we've been told that IGP has asked that the issue be transferred to Accra. We're told that PIPs had gotten involved and the rest, but we have not been told who has been held accountable. Now, this young man here, his eardrums are perforated. This was what he looked then, Nana Jetia, and this is what he looks now, after he's been beaten by policemen. What was his crime? His crime was that he was filming the police doing their job. Now, if you're doing a good job, like last Thursday, we were on the demonstration. The NDC Youth Wing, the guys from the University of Ghana, other CSOs, and all of that, they were there. The police were there. We filmed the police. They didn't beat us because they were doing something that was right. The only time people get angry when you film them is when they are doing what is not right. And there have been allegations upon allegations upon allegations. And IGP Dampare, good morning to you. Since you got in here, there's been some positive public image about the police. The police is your friend. You are my friend. I won't teach you your job. I won't compel you. I cannot. I won't order you about. But because you are my friend, IGP Dampare and the police administration, I'll say good morning to you. It's good to say good morning to your friend. So I'm just saying good morning to you. And just to remind you that nobody has been held accountable. And just to say that nobody has been held accountable for this particular one. And just to say that it is going on too many, one too many. And I'm surprised that it is particularly happening under the watch of a human rights lawyer. You know, when Dr. Charles Reku Brobe wanted to open his radio station, or Radio Eye, that's what it was called, and then he said he had made the argument that you don't need a license to operate a radio station, and he was put before the courts. Guess who his lawyer was? Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who today is president, under whose watch radio stations were closed down. The same man who had led another man to go to court to say you don't need a license to operate a radio station was under his watch watching, and radio stations were being shut down for non-renewal of their licenses. So we know of the Jerry Rawlings principle. The Jerry Rawlings principle, where back in the day, like Mr. Kwesi Pratt Jr. had said, because he lived through that time. I was a schoolboy in primary school at the time. He lived through that time, and he says that back in the day, under Jerry Rawlings, Chairman Rawlings, and then later President Rawlings, if you said something that was unpalatable about Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings, his wife, the former First Lady, some people call her she who must be obeyed, you will be picked up. The likes of Kweku Baku Jr. and Ambassador, Harun Atta, you will be picked up and dealt with. If you said something that was not palatable about Jerry Rawlings himself, or you said something that was not palatable about the regime, then you will be picked up. The criminal libel law was there. Sometimes you were not even giving a hearing. The likes of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo complained about it. They spoke vehemently about it. They said it was wrong. That was the Jerry Rawlings principle. We know of the Anas principle, where they investigate corruption and they give out the details, and people are supposed to be punished for whatever wrong they have done. We know of the Manasseh Azuri principle. What is the Akufo-Addo principle in this time? What is the Akufo-Addo principle in this time regarding the assault of journalists, for example? Because incidentally, back in the day, Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings was the First Lady. Jerry Rawlings was the president. And when any journalist was picked up, they spoke about it. President Akufo-Addo spoke about it. He was not president at the time. Private legal practitioner, later MP, and human rights lawyer, everything else. Today, the coin has flipped. He is president, and Rebecca Akufo-Addo is First Lady. I'm not getting into the merits of the matter, but the brief that we have from the police suggests that Bobie Ansa, who today has been granted bail, has been picked up, said something that was unpalatable about the First Lady and the wife of the Vice President. And learn this today, there's nothing like Second Lady in our books. It's the First Lady and the wife of the Vice President. So learn it today. Don't let them throw dust into your eyes. There's nothing like Second Lady. If there is any protocol officer, let them come and challenge me. There's First Lady and the wife of the Vice President. So he had said something about the First Lady and the wife of the Vice President. He was picked up. That's him. He was picked up in a Rambo style. Now, if I, for example, say Mr. Peter Duncan is a thief, what is the job of the police in coming to pick me up that I said Peter Duncan is a thief? We have heard people threaten to burn people and burn their houses. We have heard people insult people in public, in open court. We have heard people say worse things. The same police administration who wants us to trust them, they kept quiet. People have said worse things. They say he published false news. So when Dr. Bawumia said, I've arrested the dollar and given the key to IGP Apieto, and later found out that it was wrong, was he picked up? Was he arrested? Or because he's vice president and is the head of the police, management team or police council, so he could not be arrested? When now Iyoko boss, who was former CID boss, who later became boss of the welfare department of the Ghana Police Service, Mamitiwa Adodakwa, when she said that we know where the Takrady girls are and we ask you to keep on keeping on, and very soon we'll reunite them with their families, and we later found out that those were blatant lies that were told, was she picked up? Worse things have been said. I can give you a plethora of them. The same police institution, they didn't pick up anybody. And that's why I'm saying, if I say Peter Duncan is a thief, what is the job of the police? Peter Duncan can go to the court and file a suit against me, and the court will give me time to come and tell them why I said he's a thief. This whole thing of publishing fake news. Now, who publishes fake news in this country than politicians who summon press conferences and lie to us all through? Who does that? How many politicians are picked up? By all means, I don't condone wrong things. And you see, even the police, in doing their job, they sometimes get it wrong. And that is why they apologize. We saw that startling shooting and killing in Lamshegu. All we could do was we have interdicted them. Very soon they will be brought back. End of story. People have been killed for free. Soldiers do it. They say, we have kept them in the guard room. Recently, somebody was shooting a gun at ANC Mall. You forgotten? ANC Mall, he shot guns. They said he's in a guard room. That's it. If Johnnie Hughes picks a gun and shoots it, they'll say I'm disturbing public peace. They'll pick me up and take me to court. Charge me. So the plan now is that you arrest them and then you take them in, you detain them, and then you go take them to court, maybe grant them bail, or if you like, put them on remand. Is that the plan? Is that the Akufo-Addo principle? I'm asking, is that the Akufo-Addo principle? We know the Jerry Rawlings principle. We know the Anas principle. We know the Manasseh principle. Mr. President, this morning I'm asking you, wherever you are traveling around in a higher jet for 10 days at the cost of the taxpayer, I'm asking you, where is the Akufo-Addo principle? We say we repeal the criminal libel law. We repeal the criminal libel law. Show Nana Jetti's photo again. Show his photo again. Because you see, if we don't talk about it, people will continue. And I say, some of us, when we completed our university education, if we had also applied to join the officer corps, show the Connect FM journalist photo again. That's Bobby answer, by the way. If we had also decided to join the officer corps, either of the police or the military or prisons or fire service, whatever it is, by now we would have climbed up. Would have climbed up. I've done almost 15 years on this job. Would have climbed up. I would have been a captain or something. Because we are professionals, we are qualified, we are strong, we don't have medical conditions, we are fit, we'll pass all the exam. But we chose to do this work. And then there's some form of intimidation that is coming at the press because you seem not to have a certain harmonious voice with what government is singing. For example, we are now being told that if you don't pay e-levy, you have MPs sadly going around telling people that if you don't pay e-levy or you don't approve or accept the e-levy, free SHS, for example, will not happen. You are telling that those untruths, blatant, pure white lies to market women. Why do we do this to ourselves? When you know that the free SHS is funded with oil funds and also partly by the ABFA, we know. You have mismanaged everything. Now you are telling lies to win trust. Who does that? You want to win my trust and already you are telling lies. How do you do that? And you are blackmailing the people. And telling them that if they approve of the e-levy, their roads will be fixed. If they approve of the e-levy, their children will go to school. If they approve of the e-levy, everything will be solved because e-levy. E-levy has now become like some cocoa medicine that they sell on the Kaneshi, Accra, Trotros that with the Awoyomo buses. What kind of white lie is that? See, my colleague Ibrahim Abubakar has been doing this, and we'll stay on education this week. So my first question is, Mr. President, where is the Akufo-Addo principle? Jerry Rawlings was president. His wife, Nana Konadu-Agyemang Rawlings, was first lady. If you said something about her, you'll be picked up and dealt with. Coins are flipped. You complained about it. You are president. Rebecca Akufo-Addo is first lady. Something was said about it. Somebody has been picked up. Question I'm asking, where is the principle? And IGP, I'm saying good morning to you. The image you go around with your media team, streaming and making sure everybody comes to like the police and appreciate it. We appreciate it. I saluted you here many times. In fact, when the trotro drivers went on strike, you even gave buses for people to be commuted. I saluted you as that. When you do good, we'll salute you. But on this particular occasion, we want you to bring people to book. Let them know that now security and intelligence is all about having macho and walking around in a buffy way. The sad part is that most of them don't even go to proper gyms. They wait for the corn mill machines or nika to get broken down. They go and collect the parts and they mask them up and say they are gymming. So you see the person is coming, he's a macho and bole, but one side is like that and he's walking like that. You can't even afford proper gyms. And you go around beating any and everybody. It doesn't speak well of the institution. You say the police is your friend.